Thank you, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Don't forget that your views matter, and your online conversations around what we're talking tonight, the Amotekun debate, gets us talking. Don't forget, you can tweet to us at CTV Politics, hashtag Politics Today on Channels Television. Send us an email, politicstoday at Channels TV. That is the email. Let's get back to the conversation. I'm since being joined on the program by a retired commissioner of police, Bayomi Akiremale, joins us from our Abuja studio. Mr. Femi Falan has also been on the program talking to us and giving us legal perspective to this matter. Let me quickly get some professional view from Mr. Akiremale. Give us a sense of what you think is playing out. Professionally speaking, as a retired commissioner of police, is there any, does any kind of issue arise in the operation of Amotekun, considering what the Attorney General has said and the existence of a police or any paramilitary organization as set up by the government?
Yeah, good evening, viewers, and thank you. Let me start on a positive note. The positive note is that there is a common factor between the two parties, the federal government and the zonal security outfit. The common factor is that both of them are concerned with the security of the citizens. That's a common factor. They believe that something must be done about the rising wave of crime. Where the issue arises now is the perspective from which each side is approaching that common goal. I think one of the challenges we have is that we do not give respect to our laws. There is a saying, a maxim in law that says, pacta sunt servanda. That is, agreement solemnly entered into is binding on all the parties. If you enter into an agreement where there is no problem, when the problem comes, you have to respect that agreement that you have entered into. The binding agreement we have now is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, defective as it may be. But as of now, that's our Constitution. And the provision of the Constitution must be binding on all the component parts. Just like our Senior Advocate of Nigeria, our well-respected Senior Advocate has pointed out, Section 214 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria makes it clear that there shall be established for Nigeria a force to be known as the Nigeria Police Force. And subject to the provision of this Constitution, no other force shall be set up in Nigeria or any part thereof. That is the Constitution. Therefore, if you want to create a security outfit, just like our respected Senior Advocate of Nigeria has pointed out, you want to change the status quo. There's a process. Go through the assembly, tell the public what you want to do, a bill for an act to establish so, and so. This is what we want to do. What our chairman of the Governors Forum was telling us now, that the outfit that is going to be set up to be used in the forest, that will do this and that, would have been examined by the committees if they had passed through the normal channel. If they are taking that to the House, and committees are set up to examine what they are to do, what they are not to do, then to come out as a law. As far as I'm concerned, when about 2 or 3 governors come together like this and make laws without reference to the body that is set up to make laws, I regard it as executive recklessness. They have not passed through the due process.
CP Akiremale, apologies to Button. Are you saying that Amotekun as an initiative without recourse to the Attorney General or the power at the center is wrong? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. There are ways of doing things, and we must have respect for the ways of doing things. If they had gone by that, all these arguments would not come up, because the laws that come out would have been binding on all of us. That was how I was laughing when somebody was saying that presidential order. I was wondering, presidential order, is that a law? Was it examined by committees? That is usurpation of the work of the legislature. For you to give executive order from, say, executive order 1, executive order 2, from Villa to Nigerians. That is wrong. And that approach that we are still adopting in what we are doing now, you just wake up one day and you want to make a law that will change the status quo, you are likely to bring us some unintended consequences. Because all that we are saying now, we are not thinking of the unintended consequences. My learned brother was trying to compare the neighborhood watch of Lagos with what is happening now. There is no basis for comparison. You don't compare two things that are not similar. They are not identical. The neighborhood of Lagos is subject to the directive of the police. They work hand in hand. They don't go outside the law. They operate within the law. But they have not worked out how they want to operate. Nobody is aware.
But Mr. Kerimale, can you compare Amotekun with Hisbah in some northern state of the country?
With Hisbah. Yes, if you say Hisbah, if your child steals, if you have 4 children, one of them steals, will you tell all the 3 others to go and steal? If somebody has taken a step that is wrong, must we say that others must continue to do what is wrong? That is my question to you as well, putting that question to me.
So, in essence, you're saying Hisbah is wrong, Amotekun too is wrong. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Kerimale?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
So, in 30 seconds...
And even my learned senior mentioned it. He said that this is not the first time that we have been doing what is wrong. So, he cited so many examples of various bodies that have been set up unconstitutionally. So we have done so many things that are wrong. So and they are operating on a presumption. The presumption is that there can be no disagreement between these 3 or 4 states that have come together. That's a presumption, but it's a rebuttable presumption. If tomorrow there is misunderstanding between or among one of these states and the other state, what happens? Who is going to be the arbiter?
Okay.
And what they are comparing now, they are forgetting. They are forgetting that the Federal Road Safety Corps that was set up in Oyo State, which the learned senior has told us that it originated from Oyo State, they were not armed.
Okay.
When you are dealing with...
Because of our time, we must rest it at that. Retired Commissioner of Police, Abayomi Kerimale, thank you so much for talking to us. Let's get Mr. Falana's final thoughts tonight. Mr. Senior Advocate, if you can give us your final thought in 30 seconds before we close.
What Mr. Kerimale has just referred to the Federal Road Safety Corps. When the Corps was established in the Second Republic by the Bola Ige regime, it was the initiative of Professor Wole Soyinka and his colleagues to stop the carnage on the Ife-Ibadan road. Of course, the federal government said it was illegal. It was an attempt to set up a political outfit to harass political opponents. But today, we have all learned better. The Federal Road Safety Corps took its root from that initiative. And today, the country is safer for it on the highways. In this particular instance, I would like to call on the governors in the Southwest to come out and bring out the law. The law is so important so that the establishment can be explained. The operation, the funding will all come out in the law. And that is why each of the state government must approach the House of Assembly to ensure that we have enabling law for the operation of Amotekun. And if the federal government does not like the law or the concept of Amotekun, the Attorney General will have to go to court so that the Supreme Court can decide the constitutional validity of this body.
Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Falan. Always a pleasure talking to you and having your thoughts on some of these naughty legal issues. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falan, and rights activist. Thank you so much for talking to us. Mr. Abayomi Akeremale, retired Commissioner of Police. Thank you also for your time tonight. Well, that's our show for tonight. Many thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm Sean Wakimale. Enjoy the rest of your evening.